Hello there, guys. I was a bit late because I had to edit some video. Yeah, so welcome to for today. And yeah, actually, we initially had to have 3 live coding days, but figured, you know what? Let's have 4 days because there was a very light day for the next week, and I could have just yeah, I can combine tomorrow with some other day in the next week. So we can have 4 live coding sessions in total. So today and tomorrow. Yeah, let's wait for a bit more, few more minutes, just so I can catch my breath. Okay, let's see, is this all right? Yeah, I changed the camera angle as well. Let's see, what does OBS say? Okay, sounds good. Let's move this thing. Okay. Okay, now I'm seeing the stream as well. We have one concurrent viewer and already a like. Okay. Let me do something real quick. Okay, good. I finished something that was important. Hello there. So I think we can just start. Is this good? Let's see. Yeah, looks good to me. Let me add some music, but very. Yeah, I think this is fine. Yeah, so like I said, these 4 days, I'm trying to not be prepared for it. Just so I can simulate a raw experience. Just how someone with, I mean, at least someone with a lot of experience can approach creating a game from scratch, and maybe in your case it would take maybe 3 times more or something like that. I don't know. It depends on how much of a beginner or an expert you are. Yeah, and just I want to show you like what happens when I just open a new project, start from scratch, and I'm just looking at the game design document, looking at the deadline, and see how I prioritize things. And I'm not an expert at prioritizing things. So yeah, but I'm trying. I'm trying my best, right? So I'm trying to remember my past mistakes and just not do them, and hopefully you can also learn from them. And yeah, the goal for these now 4 days of live coding would be to get the game to as close as possible to an acceptable state where you can play it and you have levels and you feel a sense of progression. And I don't know, I will let the visuals of actually having like a real duck there at the very end. So I'm not that I mean, visuals are not that hard. So we've done animation in the animator, and you can just animate your 3D models. And I know it would appear, it would feel better if you would actually have real ducks there. But the cost to reward is not there for me. The cost is too high, the reward is too low. But we'll see. We'll see tomorrow. That's why I put an extra day. And we'll see tomorrow, like maybe we will add a duck model from the internet from somewhere. Yeah. But I would like to add sounds because sounds are more visceral. And yeah, I mean, sounds are very important, and I hope we can do them today. Let's check the stream again. And yeah, the music should be fine. Let's check. Actually, let me close this thing. Okay. Here's the meat. Okay, let me minimize all of this stuff. Okay. Good. So the live chat. Good. We're fine now. We're perfect. Okay, we don't need this. Okay, yeah. So for today, let's start Unity Hub. Let's remove all these things. Don't need this thing. Oh, it took some time to start Unity Hub. Is there someone that eats my CPU? Interesting. Yeah, okay. Let's take zoom out. Let's zoom out on our Duck Invaders GDD. And first, let's just do this thing. So I went to the music gen Gradio. If you Google like it's this thing. It's GitHub. I posted it yesterday, and I forgot to create an actual collab space here. They have like a collab. You'll find it here somewhere. Is this? And let's yeah, install this thing, and we will just get more. We can generate a soundtrack which is more than 15 seconds. Yeah. Let's look at the game design document again. So okay, we've done this. No transitions for now. So we've created the player. Okay, we have the projectiles and only one type of projectile for now. We have the duck. We have a yellow duck. Let's also, yeah, we should make the ducks lay eggs. Okay. Then we have the overgrown duck, which will also, this is very easy to do. And we should create a boss today. And it will be in the last wave, basically. Yeah, we'll see about this. Player fires projectile on mouse click, depleting the HP of enemies. Okay, this works. This works. We should also create an area bullet for today, which also brings us to the weapon types and the upgrades that are dropping from the chickens. Oh, I'm not sharing my screen in Google Meet. Okay, sorry, I forgot. Oh, I forgot. Here you are. Now I'm sharing. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, it's not that important, but yeah, we're looking at the game design document. Hello, Colin. Yeah, and this is the last wave, which we'll be creating today with the boss. Is it feels like the music now is too loud suddenly. Man. Okay. Okay. Good. Let's see. This we have to do today. So weapons and dropping weapons and okay. No, okay, we've done this. I mean, multiple, not feathers, but close to feathers. Regular ducks explode with no fire, just a poof. Okay, we've done this. Yeah, we've already done this, even though we've kind of sidetracked a bit there. Sound, this is very important. So let's create sounds, like probably the first thing now, right? Okay, running stage. Let's see. So this is basically running an application on Google's servers, which gives us a T4 GPU, which is a very powerful GPU, or yeah, I think T4 is a GPU. Anyway, and we'll wait until we see this thing running on public URL. Okay, good. We are already running. Nice. Yeah, let's start with the soundtrack. So soundtrack for a space shooter game, arcade. It's not very arcade, but arcade feeling I'd like. Um, Synthwave. Let's do it. And let's see, stereo. I mean, why not? Let's make it stereo, right? Stereo, large, duration. Are these seconds or minutes? I think minutes, yeah. Like we have like 2 minutes. Melody large. Oh, I think melody is when we are adding some things here. Okay. Stereo large. Will it work with large? Submit. So, soundtrack for a space shooter game, arcade feeling, relaxed, mysterious and slightly funny, synthwave. Let's see if it works. If it doesn't work, we have to select medium. Stereo medium. Just, I hope somebody will remind me maybe in 5 minutes so I can take a look at this. Okay. Good. And meanwhile, I mean, we should write the code for it. I mean, the code is easy, so we'll just create, like, here's our level, but we should have like a don't destroy unload soundtrack, or, I mean, let's just keep it simple. Let's create, you don't have to create like the soundtrack game object, but it's easier to visualize when you don't have like, if you are like below 50 visible game objects in your level, then it's fine. You just throw it all there. Doesn't matter. Audio source, and this would play on awake, or yeah, let's keep it simple. Let's not have like a soundtrack per wave. We have it per level, right? And this is it, and it will be like a 2D sound. Where are you, man? Spatial blend. So we don't want it to be a 3D sound, so it should happen everywhere on the screen, right? Yeah, that's it. That's a soundtrack, and our camera has an audio listener by default, and we'll just be adding the audio clip there. Loading model, just maybe it doesn't work, I don't know. Yeah. And I mean, we don't even need code for this. I think what we'll do this small thing like level manager on waves finished. We'll do soundtrack. Source. stop. Just like, okay, the level ended and then we stop. And then we have to play something like soundtrack level completed audio. Soundtrack level completed. Yeah, let's call it like that. Play. And this will not loop. Is it still loading? I think it doesn't work with the large. Let's try medium. Interrupt. Interrupt. And then submit. Or we have to load it again like this. So interrupt, interrupt, and medium. Stereo medium. Okay, and this. Submit. Let's try this one. Oh, Q. Okay. Looks like it will work now. Good. We are in Unity and we have a soundtrack and we have a level completed sound. And this should be not looping. Okay, and the soundtrack should be looping. And this should not play on awake because we will be playing it manually. Okay, and it should also like not be a 3D sound and yeah, that's fine. Wave manager, level manager needs soundtrack source and level completed sound, which will be, yeah, will be here. I mean, you should make it like into a base. Should we add it to base? Base. This is a prefab, and we will be setting the audio clip here. And I mean, we can just find. I think we can also like create it here. Maybe level completed sound. Can we do that? I think we can. Yeah, I think we can do that. Hugging face. Yeah, and you can only have like 15 seconds or something like that. But I'd like to have a specific duration. Level completed sound, free, whatever. Yeah, Pixabay, it's amazing. I don't know how to drop the volume here, so sorry.
Next.
No. Okay, that's no. Okay, I like this. Outstanding. We have this thing. Let's add it just here. Level completed. I don't know, I just I'm trying to basically images and sounds. I'm using this convention or meshes. Like, I mean, it really depends on what convention, naming convention is in your Teams project, and you would use that. But I feel like I'm not completely consistent here, so maybe should call it like, yeah, let's do that. Level completed sound, but we're doing it here, so we're selecting the asset. Bam. Okay, it's enough. Okay. And also, when the level is completed, we'll be seeing this area cleared, which should work fine. And of course, let's copy this and, I don't know, add okay, I cannot easily create like a, how can I do that? Here, add new file. This should do it. I mean, it's enough. I know it's not, it's free, but it's good to, yeah. Sound, attribution. Yeah, good. So we have that thing. Let's see if our thing. Okay, okay, man, I'm very curious. Let's see. I think there has to be a download button here, so we are waiting for it. Good. Soundtrack. And we have a soundtrack, and let's create also a mixer, because I won't be explaining it too much. We've done it in the sound session. Mixer, basically. And the mixer has a master, has a soundtrack, and has a sound effect. Yeah, and the soundtrack should can I put it here? Yeah, okay, it outputs here, and the level completed sound is an sound effect, so we put it here and we have to apply it to the prefab. And then there's this thing which is called ducking, and we have to add send, I think, and we're sending it to the duck volume, and this is the, I think this has to be somewhere here. Yeah. Okay, we're still waiting. Let's also find laser sound. I mean the very quick laser gun sound. No. No. Oh, sorry. I mean, how should I, I'll just make this. Let's see. Okay. This one. I like this. Download. Okay. We'll search for Audacity. Whoa, stuff loads so slow today. And we don't need all this thing. Oops. We want it to immediately start. Oops. No, man. Anyway, this is it. Sorry. This is the sound. Should be fine. Let's export it. Export audio. Let's export it as a wave. So there's this unwritten rule that your sound effects should be wave files and your soundtracks should be like MP3 or other file or other formats. This is not the only way of doing it. This is how it works for me. Because waves are raw formats and they are easier to process, so they are also easier to start. So the latency between when you click the button and when the sound starts is smaller when it's a wave file. Usually, that's how I remember it. And it doesn't need to be stereo. I don't know. Is it stereo? Look like stereo. Let's keep it stereo. And so hit laser or hit laser. And it's in documents. Okay. Let's take it from documents then. Hit laser. Come on, man. Hit laser. Where should we add it? In the hits, right here in laser. Bam, and what a nice coincidence. So our projectile hit will also just have an audio source on it. And we add the hit laser. And we play on awake and we don't loop it. And let's make it 3D, because when we go to the right of the screen, we want to hear it to the right when we shoot, and that works for me. Maybe the volume should be smaller, like this. Lower volume. Play on awake, and we also output to the sound effects. Maybe we will not actually output that one, but we'll see. Because it happens so often that maybe we don't want our soundtrack to be always interrupted, but we'll see. And we'll see if this is enough or if we have to do some other things. Level completed sound displayed manually. Okay, is that it? Let's see if that thing finished. No, man, why error? Okay, let's do it small. Maybe it's because it's stereo. Out of memory. Okay, so first there was an out of memory. And now it's again out of memory. Okay. Okay, let's see. So it loads that thing and again out of memory. Okay. Maybe it's because it tries to. So stereo small. Okay, let's make it music gen medium without stereo. And let's copy this. Let's go here, fresh, interrupt everything. Music gen medium. So that we still have some quality. Submit. And we'll watch here. we'll see. But meanwhile, so we have our hit, and we can even yeah, we can even start the game and try it. Okay. Okay. Oh wait, that's the hit actually. We've created a laser hit, but we want the laser projectile. So we'll just copy this and put it on the laser projectile. Paste component as new. And yeah, we'd like maybe a laser hit. Will we want a hit effect? Yeah, we'll want a hit effect. And actually this will be called shot laser. I mean, since they all start with laser, let's call it like this. And now also we'll have a laser hit. And I don't know, you know what? Let's just not have a hit because we have other things which are more important. Man, again you're out of memory. Okay, we are only left with the small one. Otherwise, like, there's no way. Or maybe we cannot have it like so long, maybe. Or maybe we should like delete cell. No, not delete cell. Yeah, so we have a hit, but I would like to make the sound, not hit, projectile, even lower. Lower volume. Okay. Oh, okay, I see what happens. Yeah, because the sound is on the projectile. Yeah, let's actually do it this way. So let's have the actual laser projectile sound. So it can outlive the projectile. Wait, not the hit, but this. And we'll have it like this, copy component, sound, paste component as new. And it will destroy itself after 1 second. It should be enough. You can even do it like this. It's not the perfect way of doing it. It's using unnecessary memory, but it's okay for now. So we have like a game object now for the sound. And not this one. And our projectile will have a heat effect. Yeah. And also, if we have a hit sound, we instantiate the hit sound at the same... oh, okay, this is apply damage. Okay. we override start, and the hit sound should play when the when the projectile is spawned. And of course, the rotation of the sound doesn't matter. So if the hit sound is assigned, then we instantiate it. It's actually not the hit sound, it's the just sound. Fire sound or fire sound, right? Or fire sound. And it kind of makes sense to have it here. Right? Because most of the projectiles will have a sound, and actually even here, like any projectile has a firing sound, right? Come on, man. Again, okay, I think it's a problem with or it might be because we are trying to make it 2 minutes, maybe. Small, music gen small. What? Yeah, we'll make it like until the end. We'll find the secret. We hear our mic, but we don't hear sounds from Unity nor your browser in Google Meet. Oh, I think it's not possible to hear sounds in Google Meet. Is that it? That would be pretty... Stickers... That would be not... Whiteboard, change layout. Settings. Microphone, push to talk, speaker, video, general, captions. Okay, okay. Well. Speakers. Yeah, I don't think I can do anything about it. So yeah. Yeah. So laser projectile hit. Oh, I think, yeah, I have to go into the projectile and select the fire sound. Fire sound. Laser projectile. Okay. Yeah, and you can hear it to the right now. You can just go to the YouTube stream and just check it from time to time. It should not be very delayed. Here, I just send it here. Sorry, so Kavita asks, hello, what are you trying to make? Did you complete a commercial game with Unity? Oh, it's like you're asking if I'm an expert or if I'm a beginner, right? Yeah, I worked on a lot of games, mostly for clients, and I've attempted to work on a game for 7 years, and it's on pause now. And I've created smaller games along the time. Yeah, this was like 20 minutes ago. Yeah, somebody asked in YouTube Live. Yeah, so I worked on a lot of projects for other people, and I also just briefly work I worked on the World Series of Poker game quite a lot. There were a lot of refactorings to be done there, and yeah, I worked on commercial games. Is that your question? I assume you asked that to see if I like qualified to create this course. I say, I mean, I think I am. So, um, yeah. So this was the sound, and I think we are fine with the sound. Good. So we have our thing. Let's download it really fast. Maybe this mysterious thing is not synthwave, cyberpunk. Let's try it again. I've got pretty good results with that thing. So yeah, we have a hit sound. Let's have so when a chicken dies, when a duck dies, let's have another sound. So enemy, and we'll have it this thing here, enemy. And let's go back to the design document. And let's say at sound. So sound, where laser bullet, duck hit, duck destruction, regular, overgrown, which will also do a screen shake. Giant. Yeah, we'll have a regular. I have a tendency to. Yeah, I'm just preemptively marking it as done. Feels good. Good. Puff sound. Let's find a puff sound. Yeah, and you should like attribute stuff for that thing. Yeah, for the second sound we had. I'm a bad person, but you should attribute sounds here, like add it here, and then the other one that we'll have now, make an attribute attribution. Puff sound, or I don't know. Should we use this? Let's use this. Let's use this. I mean, no, you cannot use this. We have to place it into Audacity and remove this one. Remove. Yes. Remove. Please go. Okay. No, man. And not loop. Where's loop? Okay. File export. Wave file. Base doc death. Export. Let's see our Finder. Unity. Documents. Base doc death. Enemy. Bam. I mean, the duck death sounds is already here, and it will take 1 second, and yeah, we can just copy this thing. Copy. It's good if we just reuse it like this. It makes more sense. Wait. I cannot. Again. So, duck death sound. Where is it? Okay, let's because I want to copy also the volume and all of that. Paste component as new, and then base duck death. And actually base duck death, the particle system, yeah, the sound, and this one we don't need this one. Yeah, okay. So we have our 3D sound. Bass duck death. Play on awake. I think we have to make it louder. I mean, this thing. Hello, reactor. I think we have to make it even louder. Or actually, I think we should make this thing louder. So, where is it? Effects. Or maybe here. Effects. Volume. Normalize, I think. Okay. This is how I think it should be. Export audio. No. Yeah, and let's import it again. Well. You see, it says missing because we've deleted the other one, right? Because they all have an ID in Unity. Let's volume, I think this one. Okay, now I get it. And because we're modifying the asset, we can modify it in real time. And I mean, You know what I've just missed? I just didn't think about it. Okay, we have our sound here. Let's download it. Is this it? It looks like a minute, even though I put 2 minutes. Not really. Hope you're hearing it. At least you guys on YouTube. Yeah, it kind of. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So we attribute quack quack. This is actually the sound which we should add. I mean, at least this thing, right? It's the at least that we can do. Yeah, we have a. Yeah, the music is all right. I mean, it's free. File export audio. Let's call this something else. So we have this sound. I don't know, let's just call it puff, and we can. What can you use it? Can we use it for? I don't know. So when I don't know. Unuse it, just unused, just to have it there. Nice. Good. And there is a thing where you can randomize the pitch. But let's do it actually. Yeah, let's do it. So pitch randomizer. Can we not do it here? Because that will give us a very interesting effect. It's like you have ducks which they're with their own personality, right? And they have different sounds. Actually, let's create separate script for this. It will have a very simple job. And we can do this. And we have like and we are doing it in awake, so that we'll try to be as early as possible. And we'll do get component audio source dot pitch equals, I mean, Unity, just do something. Autocomplete doesn't work. Pitch equals because there's a C# random and Unity Engine random, we have to specify one. Yeah, and that's everything this component does. And what this does is it doesn't allow you to add this component to an game object which doesn't already have an audio source. It's just a nice small sanity check, sanity thing. And the minimum pitch would be, I don't know, pitch is 1, we can have like 0.5 and 0.7 and 1.3. Let's see. Oh man, it's so funny. Let's make it at least sound. Man, this is already like I'm really enjoying this. Yeah, I like it. This is amazing. Nice. Let's make it like 0.9, no, 0.8, and this even 0.5. Good, so we have our sound, we have also our music. We have our music, man. This is it. Let's add it, and it's wave. I mean, let's keep it as wave. It's fine. You'd usually make it as an MP3, but let's keep it as a wave. Soundtrack. Bam. Play on awake, loop, special blend none, volume should not be like 1, should be like something like this, I think. And it should also be a prefab. Oh, this is too loud. Too loud. Soundtrack, volume, like this. I know. Let's make it even even lower. And I think what I would like to do, so the level manager, let's see, the level manager has nothing here. Okay. The wave manager, so let's make an event where first wave started. So we have this thing. Spawn wave. And if current wave index is 0, yeah. So we do that, and the level manager now also subscribes to that thing on waves started. No. And we'll have the soundtrack. Game object. Now our soundtrack will be a prefab. Soundtrack prefab, and we'll just instantiate it. I mean, you can also do it like this. instantiate directly if you are inside a model behavior. We will instantiate the soundtrack prefab, and that's it. That's it. No, okay. Let's actually game object. Soundtrack. So we want to stop our soundtrack. So this is the instance of the soundtrack. Good. I want that effect where it starts, and you'll see what I mean. Let's delete it, and the level manager. Now we'll have the soundtrack prefab. Yeah, so it starts when the wave starts. But actually, I like it when the wave is preparing. On wave, on first wave prepared. First wave prepared. Let's go there, and we'll call it in the init. We already know that we are there, so we don't have to check anything. But in init, let's wait like prepare next wave. When we prepare next wave, we have this, and we're waiting. But also, like, let's wait. Let's have like another state, like not init, but I don't know, for lack of a better word, pre-init. And when we are in the pre-init state, let's do this thing. Like pre-init delay remaining, and it will have like 1.5 seconds. Yeah, so we're basically waiting for this amount of time until we start the actual waves. And it's like not like the perfect way of handling it. So warm up. Yeah. Init. Warm up delay remaining, and it will always be this. And we are subtracting the distance, the duration between frames. Okay, state is init. So when it's done, we are entering init. I mean, no, let's keep it like this. First wave prepared. And the way it will work, it will be this. So your game starts. Oh, I think I know. So the level manager on start, on first wave prepared. Okay, so when first wave is prepared, oh, the state should be warm up here, you know, the first state. Yeah, now I get it. Okay, good. We have the enemy sound. We have the soundtrack. We're good. Duck hit. Let's make this and duck destruction regular. Weapon upgrade, weapon switch. Okay, let's go again and see what's important for today. Um, we have the eggs. I mean, we have them, but yeah, we actually have them, but they're not dropping from the ducks. So we should add that. And I think that's easier to add. So let's add that thing. So let's see, we have our green duck, eggs per minute, blue duck, eggs per minute. Okay, so we need the functionality where it spawns eggs per minute. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. And the way we do that, so we have our base duck and egg. Egg. We can make it generic, like we can make it so an egg will be thrown and the player can be destroyed by the egg. Okay. And we can just keep it simple. You know what? Let's just call it like this. We'll call it. It will be a projectile. Yeah. And let's add the enemy spawner, enemy egg spawner. Okay. And what this will do, we'll just eggs per minute. Or actually, this is a better way of doing it. Interval. And we'll be doing start coroutine. While true. Yeah, and we'll be just, we have to actually call it first. and we are starting the coroutine on the result of this function. So on an I enumerator. Yeah. We instantiate the egg. So no rotate, I mean the default rotation and our position. Good. So we have our blue duck and we added egg spawner interval. Let's see, what's the blue? The blue one has 2 eggs. So 1 every 30 seconds. And let's also create the egg projectile because it is a projectile. And the projectile has base damage, fire sound, yeah, apply damage, whatever. Actually, I think we have one, right? We have one. Where is it? Where is it? Egg projectile. We already have it. Egg projectile, fire sound. Yeah, it should have any fire sound, speed, base damage. You're here. Oh, okay, enemy projectiles. Let's add the spawner as well here. Kind of makes sense. Okay, blue duck. Egg projectile. And this will be the same projectile. I mean, let's make this small effort and just make it, oops, not like this. Slightly, just, I mean, not like that. Okay, we cannot make it, but we'll do it like this. Okay, I mean, it kind of looks like an egg, right? I mean, man, it's already perfect. Almost perfect. Okay. Good egg projectile. And now our blue duck has it. And let's copy the component and give it to the green duck. You can already like edit it here. The green duck has it 1 per minute, so an interval of 60 seconds. And the red dog has 3 per minute, so one every 20 seconds. Yellow? Oh, okay, we don't have a red duck for now. Okay, good. Okay. But we have an overgrown duck, which lies 10 eggs per minute. Overgrown duck. Paste component as new. So this one has 10 per minute, so 1 every 6 seconds. Okay. Right? Right. Okay. Let's turn this green and this and this. So we've created the projectiles. Let's check them now. I mean, let's just add them here, right? Does it not collide with me? Okay, it doesn't collide with me. I have to see what happens. Where's the egg? There's the egg. The overgrown duck. No. Where's it? The player. Let's bring the player down. Here. And put the projectile somewhere here. So this is enemy projectile and this is the player. Which is a player and this is the enemy projectile and it should collide. Okay. Well, let's see. Why doesn't it collide? We are here at project settings, physics. Player should collide with enemy projectile. Oh, I think it did collide. And we have to... I mean, you know what? Let's make the projectiles just destroy us. Like, let's make the player... If I do it on debug, I think the player has health 36, you see? So it subtracted the player's health. I mean, we can make... Should we make it? I don't know. It's quite easy to do. What I mean, like have this entity health, and the entity health can have on this thing. Visual or bar, right? And if bar, then bar dot local scale, we get the local scale. X equals health over maximum health. Right, so if we have a health bar, then we make it bigger or smaller, and I really don't know where to put it, right? But let's just put it here. So we'll have a 2D object. A cube. That's all we know, cubes for now. But we'll add, I don't know, some material. I mean, yeah, you also have then the, you'd like to make it, you know what, let's add a sprite renderer. Where are you? Sprite, whatever, man. Let's make a sprite. Because it's easier to also give it a color. Yeah, and then it will be like smaller and smaller and smaller. Health bar. Yeah, I kind of wanted to make it like this. And then just put it here. And let's go like this. But no, let's just make it like this. At the middle. And I don't know, what should we add here? Just add I mean, let's keep it like this. Looks good for me. and have like a green or like a greenish. Health bar here. And let's also do like if try get component. Sprite renderer. So if we do have a sprite renderer, you do sprite renderer dot color equals color dot in or lerp comes from linear interpolation. So we do from color green. I want like not a complete green, but like a faded green to like it will go from red to green by the health amount. So health normalized, so between 0 and 1. And lerp, what lerp does, so if this thing is 0, it will give it this value. If this thing is 1, it will give it this value. Anything in between, it linearly interpolates between two things. And that's how you can also interpolate vectors, right? They're just a list of 3 numbers. Well, let's do this. So renderer.color, yeah, and it should work now. And I mean, it won't have like this, it will have something like this. Okay. Let's try now. And let's add an overgrown duck. Come on. Okay. So yeah, so our health decreases. We are nearly dead. Right? Yeah, we're nearly dead. Good. So now we have like a health bar as well. Good. So we have our enemies. I think we have to create a boss, or no, we should create weapons now. So weapon upgrades, that's like the next big thing. Soundtrack, during menus, doing gameplay, that we have this. I mean, let's also do this because it's a bit easier. Overgrown, mild rotational screen shake. So our overgrown destruction duck, overgrown duck death effect. So base duck death, and now we'll have overgrown duck death. Oh, okay, wait, we already have one. Correct. We already have a one, and base duck death, and we have an audio source. But also we have to add it here. And we'll have to put a lower pitch. Something like, I don't know, like this. But I can't hear it now. I think I don't know how can I test it. We'll have to go with it. A screen shake effect. Looks like this sounds like something for ChatGPT, right? Or Claude. So here's a script. Here, my query was Unity quick screen shake effect for X seconds. Don't talk. Good. I don't want it to talk too much. To use the script, attach it, okay, and set the camera transform to the main camera. Call start shake from another script to trigger the shake effect. Okay, I like it. Screen shake. On enable. Let's just assume we always have camera always has the same position. Shake duration. Let's keep the convention. Serialize field. When you double click and select, you see it selects the whole world, and this works in 95% of the programs on your operating system, no matter operating system. It's an interesting thing if you didn't know. I've learned this very recently. Shake duration, I mean, it's the duration. Of course, it's shake's duration. Don't be redundant. Amount, decrease factor, original position, or camera original position. Start shake. I mean, let's just do it here. The duration. What's this for? Oh, I see, I see. No, we don't need this thing. Or, I mean, we do need it, yeah. On start, we get the camera original position, then start shake, then we are shaking. And let's like reset the camera position. But there's also this thing like if somebody else moves the camera, meanwhile, we will reset the camera, right? So it's not like, it's not ideal, but for simple scenarios, it's fine. So camera, the transform, that, I don't know why they do local position. I think it's better in a way. So we're resetting the camera's position either when we are destroyed, if we are destroyed early. So we'll also have like bool effect completed. True. I mean, we need a method for this. If effect, I mean, effect running, start shake, whatever. So the effect running is true. And here we'll do effect running false. And the effect is running. On destroy, we will be resetting the camera's position. Okay. And here, I mean, this is some maths here, so I won't go into the maths. Yeah. Let's do this way. Good, set position. Go the next frame. Okay, it does it each frame. It's fine because it's just a visual effect. We get the camera original position, screen shake. Okay, here's our screen shake now, and our overgrown duck, that effect will have a screen shake now. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, why are you there? Wave manager. I mean, let's keep it there now. Let's not play with it. Okay. I liked it. Just maybe amount 0.5 and duration 0.25, something like that. No, duration is still 0.5. But I don't know about the decrease factor. Should the decrease factor be like 0.5? Is that like better? Let's make the amount smaller. Like the amount to be 2 and duration 0.5. And I really don't know about this thing. Are you using this? You're not using the decrease factor, man. You forgot to add the decrease factor. Original position, okay. They will give it to us. Amount, duration. Let's just comment that. Shake amount. This works. Shake duration. Where is it? Shake duration. Okay, it needs a shake duration, right? Oh, okay, I see. Duration, but like duration left or something like that. So it's XY cam original position, okay. We have duration left, but we are using duration. Oh, okay, okay, we don't even need that thing. Okay, you know what? Let's just not do this. Oh, I know how to do it. It's easy. Let's just make it hard-coded here, so we know how much time we have left. I mean, this thing actually should do it our way. No. So we're keeping it that way. Okay. And it does this thing here. So percent complete, so damper, clamp, whatever amount. Okay, it does it already. So percent complete -3. Okay. So 4, 3 times this -2. So it'll be between, if this is 1, it will be between 1. No, if this is 0, it will be between 1. I mean, I have to really think about this. I would just like it to be like it starts from 1 and then it goes to 0, and damper would be like is so basically at the beginning it should be 1, so if this is 0, it should be, this will start 0 and then will go towards 1, and this then it will go from 1 and to the 0, right? Okay. Oh, maybe we are just destroying it earlier. So delay 2, duration 1. I mean, I really think this is it's not that hard to make. I don't want to. Okay, but somehow let's just do the position. Local position, yeah. Set pos and set local pos. Actually, oh, I know. We're setting the position, but we're always setting x is this, but we always want to set it as a delta from the original position. So camera original position plus this vector, right? And then we set it again, but we're setting the original one. Yeah, I mean, ChatGPT is not that great, actually. I mean, it really depends on the. Some people say that Claude is good now. We don't know for how long, but yeah, it's pretty good as well. Okay, man, that's amazing. That's amazing. Good. So we have the shake. Dog Destruction Overgrown also has the screen shake. Let's see if there's anyone that asks anything here, just to be sure. Uh, 1 second, I will just start. Just turn on the lights. And also get some hydration. Let's see, we're 2 hours in. I mean, actually coding, it's 1 hour and a half, I think. I don't know, maybe 1 more hour. We'll see. I mean, let's start the recording in Google Meet. Just I always forget the backup recording. Good. So let's think of weapons now. And actually, we already have our weapon. We have our laser. This shouldn't be in the laser because this is generic. We have laser. And should we create like another weapon so we can know the differences? Yeah. Area bullet. Good. So this would be an area bullet, and let's create it. It will be also a particle system, just to look good. I mean, the current laser is just some particle material, but not the particle system. And yeah, let's make it would be a sphere, simple sphere. Okay. Yeah, it will be either a sphere or I think a sprite. But it will be a sphere in terms of collision. And it will do average damage, but more area effect. Area bullet, let's do it. Laser. Area. Weapons. Area bullet. We can just copy this over. Particles additive. And let's create... I mean, the projectile has some rigid body. I mean, we can copy this as well. Projectile. Or... yeah. AOE. Let's do it like this. AOE. Weapons. Area of effect. Let's keep it like that. AOE projectile. And it will have a rigid body. The mass doesn't matter. Speed will have slower speed. Should be slower. Base damage 4, right? Has 4 base damage. Has a hit effect. Let's also like create a hit effect. That's nice. When you first have your weapon, you then the next weapon takes like 20% of the first weapon's time. Let's make this like maybe dark. Like this. Yeah, and we will have to make it bigger. Start size 1.4. I mean, you can't really see it. I mean, looks alright, and I won't spend any much time on this. I know I have this tendency to spend a lot of time on stuff. Let's make it, I don't know, maybe 3 seconds or 2 seconds. Area of effect, material, and so this guy should be a sphere. Yeah, well, you can check the, or actually, do we have actually here some? Yeah, I think there's nothing about the visuals. So let's add, let's do this. Prefab, unpack completely. So we're not tied to the prefab anymore. This is a standalone game object. So visual, we have a sphere. And let's make the sphere. Oh, let's make this again 1, 1, 1. Man, I mean, I kind of already like it. So let's just add a sphere for all of these, right? Sphere. This is a mesh filter, basically just the thing that defines the shape. Okay, okay, this is really cool. But let's just make it a bit different. Maybe like make it like this, or just to have like maybe it only its core has something like that. Projectile 1, 2, 3. I mean, it's not that. It's not efficient. Okay, that's an area of effect. And the way area of effect works, when it explodes, it should create some sub projectiles somehow. Or yeah, that's how it works, right? Because when it first touches an enemy, it should actually, let's see, does the projectile, the way we've implemented it, does the projectile look for... Oh, good. So, perfect. So the projectile will, in here, will do this, but will also apply damage to other objects. Okay. Okay, I like that. So yeah, we have to make it bigger. Like 3 or 2. Yeah, or 2.4. I don't know if it should be like this. We could make these guys. Okay, we're good. We're good artists. Good. That's our projectile, and let's also add some particle system. But I promise I won't stay too much. Wait. And I think let's just get the particle system from the player because it has a nice one, right? And while we move it, I mean, let's just go here and look at it. Let's put it at 0. And let's have emission to be rate over time, rate over distance 1, and shape to be a cone with a bigger radius, like not a radius. Oh, actually, kind of makes sense. But a bigger angle I wanted. Maybe not a cone, maybe. I mean, I kind of want the cone. No, sphere. Yeah, sphere. And the color, is there like a color over lifetime? Yeah, I see. And the color would be, will start at red. It will end at white, I think. Just to be different. And of course, you can in your renderer you can give it different material, right? You have lots of particle materials here, or actually, we don't have, but you can have. Yeah, we are just using this basic faded sphere shape just for simplicity. White, like this thing maybe. Yeah, and when you move it to stuff like this. And duration 0.5, start lifetime 0.5. Size, I want size over lifetime. I want this to start at 0. Or actually this, and I want it to end at 1. Wait, that's not 1. And start end at 0. And we should have rate over time, rate over distance, maybe 0.2. So we'll have rate over time 0, but it only when it moves. We'll do. You know what? Let's actually have 1. Maybe smaller. I don't know. Yeah. So that it's x should be 0. Okay, and when you move it, but you don't see it here. Yeah, okay, that's our AoE projectile. And of course we need an actual projectile, AOE projectile script. And I would just copy this for simplicity for now, but we will have to immediately change it anyway. So it has a hit effect. Oh, we have to inherit from ballistic. So the direction is up, of course. So when we apply damage, we apply to this guy, receive damage to that guy, and then we destroy this projectile. And we instantiate the hit effect if there's any. Yeah, it's kind of the same thing, but what we are doing now, we should do this thing. Or actually, physics dot overlap sphere at this position. So hit position at this position at radius, and that's the cool thing. We have here a float projectile radius. Basically, in a sphere shaped AOE, area of effect, will apply damage to every other game object which is in a specific layer. Should we do it? Yeah, I think we'll have to basically... How should we do this? Because we only want to find the objects which we would have collided. So let's see how this work. So we have our enemies and we need a layer. And I think there's no way we should only like hard code them here. AOE layer, I guess, or AOE. Yeah, AOE layer. Basically, what layer what layer should it be? So we have like our enemies, our projectiles, our player. Each is on a specific layer, and we want to use that layer here. But I want to see how does it work, because value converts the layer mask value to an integer value. Is that how it works? Let's ask ChatGPT. I just asked it, is this correct? I copied this and then I gave it this, just the minimum. Oh, no need to use the value because this thing can be implicitly converted to an integer. Basically, this can be converted to an integer number, like this method asks us. And the C# compiler knows that, okay, it will convert it. Overlap sphere collider. Now we'll go for each, and actually, for each in colliders, we go if collider dot try. Actually, let's see how this thing does it. So we have a collider. Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to basically copy this. It's fine if we copy it, don't worry. Duplicating stuff, it's okay from time to time. So if collider, actually, if collider.try get component damageable out, how are these things called? Like you're a third party of a conflict, right? Collateral damage. Collaterally damageable. Collateral. I mean, let's be verbose, it's okay. If we have that, let's create a list. So if that, then damageable list dot add collaterally damageable. Okay, I can see that. And let's just pretend like, yeah, we don't have like a fall off. Like if it's closer to the middle, like it receives more than if it's farther from the middle. Let's just it's the same damage, right? We'll make it simpler. So we add it to the damageable list, and then we go through the damageable, and we also add the damageable itself, like the thing which we that we first collided with, so that we can do it here. For each var I don't know. Let's call it like this. I don't know. Victim. Oops. In damageable. Or best. Okay, so for each victim we do victim dot receive damage base damage, and we okay, you see there's this thing here. You know what, we need like the position, right? And then iDamageable can't give us a position. Let's see, how much do we use this? The player is iDamageable, then the enemy is iDamageable, and that's it. Yeah, let's just do it. So, or transform. Oh, and you know the cool thing about this? Um, no, let's keep it like this, and you'll see why. So the player has to provide a transform interface, which is itself its transform. If we would have used this name, we wouldn't have needed to declare it here because the base class already declares the transform component, which is a nice thing. But let's keep the let's keep it consistent, right? Enemy, right? And now we can do this thing. Victim. You know what? Actually, we should add we should have a list of tuples. So this, oops. So yeah, actually, this is a tuple. So a pair of two things, and you can have like three things and so on. And we'll add it like this. So I damageable, and we'll have the collision point. Yeah. So we add the damageable. We'll show the collision. We'll show the hit point at this point. But for other objects, we'll just show the hit point on the on themselves. Good. So here we'll do collaterally damageable. Yeah. Like victims and hits. Victims and hits. So we'll do like this. I think it works. Victim and hit pos. Oh, we already have this thing. I mean, initial hit position. And yeah, this hit position. And now we're perfect. So the victim receives the damage. And if we have a hit effect, we instantiate it at the hit position. And for the first one, okay, it says like we can simplify the initialization, but I don't like it this way. It's more explicit this way. You have the list and you add a thing to your list. Yeah, so this thing should work. Area of effect radius, area of effect layer. Good. I think I have an idea, but no, it will be good. It will be good, yeah. Okay, AOE projectile, and okay, but I like, for example, to give it this thing. And I have now the speed. Wait, I cannot change it, or okay. The speed of the AOE projectile, is it here? No, but I've set it as 10, but it should be here. Like, okay, and area of effect radius, let's see what we are, like 2. And this is 1, so it's like 2 meters, something like that. So the area of effect around it, yeah, should kind of, So yeah, works this way, I think. Area of effect. So if this is 2.4, yeah, that's like 2.4 as well. Just let's try. I mean, that's the radius. That's the radius, and our radius here is 1.2, I think. Yeah, let's have it like. It's fine. AoE layer, let's see. So we will be damaging enemies only, right? And you can also like have others and so on. Enemies. So these are the layers from here, right? Good. And we have a heat effect. AoE heat. Fire sound. Let's have a fire sound. Where is it? Should we use this thing? I mean, let's use this sound. I mean, wait. I need like this. So AoE, projectile, fire sound, and that's it. Yeah. Fire sound. This one. This should be removed. And we need a sphere collider. Or actually, yeah, sphere collider looks good. And I would like it to be, where is so white? Yeah, anyway. So this is the collider. I would like it to be smaller. Radius. So that it won't hit it from here, but it also won't hit it before. Like I want it to be perfectly aligned somehow, or at least aligned enough. With this thing, right? So if it touches someone here, it will also destroy someone from here. So that's why you kind of want to here something. Kind of want to balance that effect. So if it touches someone here, we'll also hit someone from here and here. Okay. Good. That's our trigger. That's our collider. It's a sphere collider. Good. Good. So we have a material. We have the projectile, fire sound, heat shot. Oh, and we need a weapon, of course. Let's create the AoE weapon. And you have to be like, to not, how should I explain this? So it's called weapon, but there's not, there's no rule on how you would create it or where will you show it. Or for example, the weapon, I've created it like this so that I can add it on the top of the player, on that, at the player's head there. And the visual or the weapon that drops as a power up would be a different script, right? AoE weapon. projectile spawn transform. Okay. Weapon. Start fire, instantiate the projectile. Is the same thing. Yeah. And I mean, if it's okay, we have it in 2 places, the same code, it's copied, but when we'll have it in 3 places and we think they will always change in the same, for the same reasons and in the same way, then instead of changing it in 3 places, we just reuse it and put it in a single place and change it there, right? A wee weapon. And that's it for our weapon. And now let's have our a wee weapon. Oh, actually, we also want the... We also want the... And I think level complete... Let's... I think we can delete this, right? Level manager. Level complete source. Oh, okay, we cannot. Good. Where is it? We also need to create the weapon for it, for the AoE, which is this thing, and let's like break, unpack completely. Just called break completely beforehand. Before projectile prefab, we need the AoE projectile. Then projectile spawn transform, it's fine, it's the same. And let's have the visual be, I don't know. Let's just change it into this. Should be like a capsule. Oops, too big. Yeah. This is like on the player. So that will be our... Okay. Okay. So AoE weapon. Let's set it back to 0. And we drag it here. Actually not. We have to edit the AoE. I think we can do this, but no, let's do it like this. AoE. You can do something like go to debug mode and change this thing. Change it to the AoE like this. And it will preserve the parameters, right? But I don't know, it's kind of undocumented and I don't know, I don't want to mess with that, right? Oops. I will just do this manually. Good, we have our weapon, AoE weapon. Let's create now our... Basically, will they be projectiles? Let's see, will our... Should we use our projectile thing? Projectile. So the projectile has a base damage. No, we'll just do a power up. We'll do a power up. We'll start clean. So we'll do like weapons and we'll do... Main AoE laser. Should we create it here or no? Should we, let's see, create it here. Power ups, and we'll have like a weapon power up, or actually we need a power up, like in a single word. So we just invent words because in gaming it's fine. So power up, and also so it will be a power up, and we also need a power up spawner, right? Spawner. And what, how should it work? So let's see, do we have like power ups here? Okay, we've created this thing. We haven't tested it, but let's say it works. We have power ups, upgrades. Enemies have a random chance of dropping weapon types and weapon upgrades. Okay. Okay. So we'll have a power up spawner. And this is very similar with a enemy egg spawner, because it does literally the same thing. So let's just copy this thing, because they will have different reasons to change in the future. We're not reusing it, like we're literally copying the code. And it will be power up prefab, and actually you see it's a bit different here because it's random now. So it will be like min interval, max interval, and we'll have like our spawn loop, and when we decide the interval, we'll always decide a different interval, right? So we'll do interval is engine.random.range from min interval to max interval, right? And we then use this interval. So we're spawning a power up once whatever this interval, right? And it's always different. Okay. Power up prefab, then we're done. That's what this power up spawner does, and then we don't care about anything else. Or actually, we should have like yeah, like we have to decide, should we put the multiple power-ups on our enemies or on one power-up spawner, and it decides what's the interval. You know what, it's so easy that we can even do this. Power-ups, power-ups, power-up prefabs. Yeah, and we'll just do this random range. So we have power-up prefabs dot length. So the number of power-ups, and we do random.range from 1 or from 0 to maximum exclusive and power-ups, and it will give us an index. And I mean, this is even better. So we instantiate our power-up. Yeah. Good. So we instantiate our power up, and if the player doesn't pick it, I mean, maybe you should destroy it, or let's destroy it automatically after, I don't know, the 60 seconds, I don't know, something like that. Just so it will not stay there forever in the scene. So for 60 seconds, the player will likely pick it, right? Yeah, let's keep it like that. Good. So we have our power up spawner. So it can choose between some power ups randomly. And now we want to modify our power up, and the power up, let's say what does the power up do? So the power up, it can be, yeah, basically we can have multiple types of power ups. So let's make it abstract. And we have like, surely we'll need this. Virtual start and protected virtual update. And on collision enter. Because when we collide with the player, then we want to give it the prefab, the power up, right? So when we collide with it, we get the should the power up know about the player? Yeah, I know it kind of might not sound optimal, but it's good that we separate this thing. Like the power up decides what weapon to give to the player. The player doesn't check like, okay, what's the power up about and whatever. So I kind of like it this way. So collision dot get component, game object dot get component, player, and the player needs a method power up, and we need, like, this is the power up item, and the power up item has, yeah, I know. So we'll do it this way. So basically, I mean, usually you'd there are two school of thoughts. So put your abstract things before all of your implemented things, or put unities messages between all of your things. And I don't know, like I don't have a strong opinion here, but I'd like it to somehow, some ways keep it like this. So like Unity's messages here, because they're kind of special because you don't call them, Unity calls them for you. And your own stuff below, even though it's abstract, right? But the general rule is like, if these were your methods, you'd put the abstract ones before these ones, because they represent stuff that needs to be defined. Like what should they do? Uh, yeah, give power up to the player. And we are just a power up. We're just floating around. We collided with the player, and yeah, whoever derives from our class will decide, because we have power ups for weapons and power ups for making the current weapon stronger, right? Okay. Where's the power up? Is it here? It's in the under weapons, I think. Where are you, man? Oh, under power-ups. Okay, power-ups. We have a power-up and we have a weapon power-up. Weapon switch power-up. So it says what it does in its name. That's like perfection, right? You don't have to watch and see what it does, you know what it does. So give power up to the player. We don't know why we have to give it or whatever. We just have to give it, right? That's again perfection, encapsulation. Serialized field and weapon. And we game object dot instantiate because we have to instantiate because this is a prefab. We instantiate the weapon prefab. The game object, we have to instantiate it. I mean, get component weapon. So now I have the weapon, and let's say if I think receive, actually no, switch weapon. Because we are deciding what kind of power up there is, but we know it's a switch power up, weapon switch, and we switch the weapon here. Switch weapon, weapon. Generate method. Yeah, it's public, it's fine. It's fine, we keep it public, and we have like start, receive damage, switch weapon. And again, yeah, I try to put Unity's own stuff beforehand. But it depends, like if you have like a lot of Unity stuff, no, yeah, in that case also like Unity stuff first. Switch weapon, and let's see what will we do. We have the default weapon and it instantiates it, and see we already have the code for instantiating it, so we are just doing this. Give weapon. Switch weapon. Yeah, let's make it separate. Or yeah, actually we won't instantiate it here. We will only give it this weapon, but we have to think about it. Who will instantiate? Will the weapon power up? Uh, switch weapon. Switch weapon. Yeah, let's give it weapon prefab. Weapon prefab. Good. So the power up tells you what weapon to get. It doesn't instantiate it for you. And you know how to instantiate the weapon. It's kind of... I would have liked this thing to... Maybe weapon switch power up. Oh, I know what I will do. I know what I'll do. This is amazing. I know what I'll do. So we have switch weapon, and this will be the weapon itself, not the prefab. And we'll just do, if current weapon is not null, then we'll destroy it. Weapons game object, we have to always destroy the game object, not the component, but the whole game object that the weapon is on. And then do weapon equals weapon. And that's it. And what we'll do now, oops, guess what we'll do? So we won't be instantiating one here, but we'll basically give the player a first power up at the beginning. So we'll be reusing functionality, right? Nice, man. So we have our default weapon. Prefab should have been called, but okay. Let's also do this like formerly serialized as default weapon. This is like a trick. Oh, okay. So basically I can add 2 attributes to a field. And now, I mean, let's make it like this now. So this field has these attributes, formerly serialized as default weapon, because I want to call it default weapon prefab. So what we'll do, we'll create a power up. Weapon switch power up. And we'll just create it manually. And for that, we can just create a shortcut here. Create manually or create. Let's do create. Create weapon. Yeah. And basically we'll create a power up, right? Oh, I know. We'll actually have this. We'll have actually a power up. Weapon switch power up. Or actually, how should we do this? Yeah, we'll have this thing. So we'll have serialized field, and we have a list of power up. List of power ups which the player will receive. Right? So you won't have a default weapon or whatever. Yeah. And on start, we'll go over them. Yeah, and we'll have to make this public. Give power up. Power up dot give. I mean, it's obvious that you'll give the power up. Give to this. So this represents this instance that we are attached to the that's attached to the game object, right? So us in a way. And that's good. Then we don't care about the weapon because the weapon will be here as a power up. And it will call this thing and so on. Okay. And we should create our power up now. So we have a power up. We have a weapon switch power up. Give public, has to be public. Okay. And then we will create the visual of it. Power up spawner and weapon switch power up. So let's create a, I mean, we have to create it. This is fine. Yes, we already have it. So let's create a power up. Just how should the power up look like? We'll see. Let's create maybe something more beautiful. I don't know, a sprite and do you have anything here? That's nice. I mean, you know what? We can just create our power-ups to be create because we want an empty root sprites circle, and then the circle will be, I don't know, something like this. And yeah, let's put this at 0, 0, 0. So it will be weapon switch power up. And this will be a base prefab. Weapon switch power up. And this will be a prefab. And now we will be creating a variant of that prefab. Weapon switch power up. Weapon switch AoE power up. And then we get the AoE weapon and put it here. Yeah, it's okay. So it's an override, right? It's an override on the base prefab. And here now, guess what we can do? We can AoE projectile. We can add it here. But the way I will make it, I will just remove all of the. First, I will do prefab, unpack completely because I want just the visuals for it. I don't want this thing. I don't need the collider. I don't need the particle system. I don't know. No, I don't want a particle system. I will want a particle system on the, you know what? Control X, Control V, doesn't work. Paste doesn't work. I mean, let's add it here and then I'll do like added game object, apply to whatever. So it will be now in the base prefab. And now we can do some things like let's make it blue and the emission have a rate over time of 5 and this should be 0 and speed should be smaller speed 3 and world space, okay. Color over lifetime I want to start with blue, this thing, and then with maybe also blue, but other kind of, maybe like this. And size to be 0.2 maybe. Speed, man, slower speed. 0.2. 0.2. Yeah, I like that. Good, so that's our base power up. But now our variant, which is weapons, which we power up, has this projectile, which let's see, let's remove all of these things, any stuff that's not visual. Okay, we have everything that's visual. And this is the power up. But you see, this is the blue circle, and let's make it just much smaller. Oops, not like that. Yeah, good. And now we can copy paste this and we'll just call it laser power up. I mean, yeah, when we switch to AoE, maybe you want to switch back to laser then. And we go to the laser weapon. Bam. And now go to this. And of course, we want to switch it to the laser projectile. Laser projectile. And of course, we remove the collider. First, prefab unpack completely because we don't want any links. Visuals are okay. Let's do this. Makes sense, I guess. This will be the laser one. So yeah, now we have two power-ups, which are weapon power-ups, and we don't know if they work, but we didn't even test the AoE weapon, but let's see. These are the power-ups. Good. This, and then we have the player. Is there any override? No overrides. Okay. Let's go to the player base. Maybe here we have it. No. Player. And we'll give to the player initial power-ups. Just one. And we'll give it the weapon switch laser power-up. Bam. And we have our power-up spawner, which we'll add directly to the ducks. And let's see. Should it be at any duck? Where is it? Upgrades. Enemies have a random chance of dropping weapon types and weapon upgrades. But it has to be like the more powerful enemies should give you more powerful things, right? So the yellow duck is the weakest one. You see, we can even give it a health bar because this entity health thing. But we won't. Weapons, switch, power up spawner. Power up prefabs. So yeah, we'll be adding both of these things. AoE and the laser. And let's say has a can spawn one once every 2 minutes, or this thing, or this thing even. Yeah, like we want it really rarely, right? So between 2 minutes and 20 minutes, right? And if you have like 100 ducks there, then of course you kind of maybe even spawn on one even once every second, which is still a lot, right? Power up spawner, and will spawn one of these once every this seconds, and that should be it. Yeah, let's just copy it and give it maybe even, let's give it like maybe, I mean for testing, let's just test it. Yellow duck, then we have our blue duck, right? That's the progression, or okay, yellow, green, then blue. Yellow, green, yellow, green, and let's have it like, you know what? This really has to respawn them very rarely, like once every 20 minutes to, or I don't know, man. Let's like 10 minutes to 20 minutes. And the green duck from 40, yeah, something like this. Just I subtracted a bit from it. So from that to double that to 900. And blue duck from 300 to 600. And overgrown duck should spawn between, I don't know, like 30 seconds, I guess. I mean, yeah, 15 and 30, something like that. Because I want, this is just one usually, so it has to spawn them a bit faster. But what we also have to do, like, we want to create a layer for the power-ups. Power-up. And now our player should also collide with the power-up. Bam. And let's see, do our power-ups have any collider? They don't have a collider, so our weapon switch power-up. Yeah, our weapon switch power-up has to have a collider. 3D object. Actually here, we can edit the collider directly. Collider, sphere collider. Circle, 1, 1. Okay, the power-up should be not that, should not be that big. Sphere collider, okay. And the power-up should be on the power-up layer. I mean, I don't think this thing has to be a power-up. Let's not do this. We only want this thing to collide with it. So let's see, this thing has like 1 meter. I mean, if we create, if we add this thing here and we create a 3D object cube, it's the same as a cube, right? It's too big. And the player, I mean, I have to see where's the player. Oh, actually it's fine. Actually it's fine, the power up is fine. So yeah, these are power-ups now on the layer. I mean, you have to open it. Power up, okay, and they collide with the player, and we give a power up to the player first. And the way it works here at the beginning, we have initial power-ups, and basically we go through the prefabs themselves. We don't even instantiate the power-ups, right? And we tell them, okay, give your prefab to this player. Actually, I think we have to create them, because the power-up will then destroy itself, right? Give. So we are destroying the power-up. Game object sound. So if there is a sound, we instantiate the sound, and we don't care about it. The sound should destroy itself after it plays. Yeah. So what will the player do? We'll go through all of the power-ups, and we'll do instantiate power-up. Yeah, and we'll have initial power-ups. Yeah, it will instantiate them so that it will simulate as if those power-ups collided with the player. And actually we can even instantiate them into the player, and the collision system should take care of all that. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, that should it should work that way, I think. Or not. I don't know. Let's keep it simple, maybe. Yeah. Maybe keeping it simple means really instantiating it in the same place as the player. Yeah. Let's see if the collision will all work. Let's also do this thing, which is very simple. Power up. Oops. Hmm. Like that too. No. Let's use this one. Not that one. I don't know what content ID is, so I don't want to. Let's use this one. In the sound attribution. Does it work? Power up. Nobody in the call. Stay in the call. Let's just keep it like this. So weapon switch power up, and there's a sound for the weapon switch. Oh, okay. We have to create a game object. And we added an audio source. And we make it an SFX, and we make it play on awake. We add the volume, maybe it has to be like this, I guess. We make it a 3D sound, so we get left, right. And we give it the on destroy, delayed destroy, like, I don't know, 2 seconds. And we give it the weapon switch power up. And we turn it into a prefab. Power up sound. Correct. So the sound is the same, but the prefab is obviously different between the laser and the area prefab. Level complete sound, this can be destroyed, and we have weapon switch sound, weapon power up. Okay. Man, let's see what we've got. I mean, let's just create make a commit, man. We haven't committed in ages. Just select everything, commit w3d3 d4 w3d4. Yeah, that's the day that we are at. Wait and push. And by the way, I haven't shown you this, but I just added the remote add, and I added the remote here, which is just the URL from GitHub. And I just pushed all my code there, like Tuesday, yesterday, and today, right? I haven't shown you that, but I've shown you how to add the remote and all of that in the first lessons. Good. Man, let's see. I mean, there's surely something that doesn't work. We haven't. Okay. Okay, I see. We've basically added the weapon, but we haven't parented the weapon. So switch weapon to this, and then we do weapon.transform, basically set parent, transform. So basically ourselves. Weapon.transform.position equals transform.position. So we gave ourselves a weapon, but we also have to parent that weapon to ourselves, so it goes with us. Let's see, what's that? Everyone has a power up for some reason. Or the power up spawner, min interval, max interval. Oh, okay, I know what. We want to wait first and then spawn. We don't spawn them and then wait, right? So we want our first drop to still be after that random range interval, seconds, whatever. Let's wait, will one of them drop a weapon? Come on, man. Shouldn't be that hard to drop a weapon. Let's make it. Drop one. Know how. So I'll do like between 2 and 5. And then when I'm copy and pasting it, okay, so there's the upgrade. Okay, I can okay, so the power up here's the power up, and it has a on collision enter. Oh, it doesn't move. But we had that thing for, where is it? Power up spawner, we spawn it. Oh, okay, but where's that code? I think we've added that code. Didn't we add it? Oh, I think it was for the egg, right? Let's just find the egg or the projectile or whatever. In the fixed update, we'll be basically moving our power up. Let's have fixed update. And let's say like command shift R to see where this is used. Move, check bounds. And we kind of will reuse a lot of things from here, but let's just copy it for now, just for simplicity. Weapon switch power up and power up. This is inside fixed update. Will our power up always move? Yeah, because it can move with 0 speed, so it's fine. Yeah, we should really like create like a movable thing. Like auto moving thing. But no, let's keep it like this for now. So move and check bounds. Direction, dot speed, and direction will always be the same, I guess. Direction, yeah. Yeah, let's see. Where is this used? I have a weapon switch power up where we have to override, and direction is down, so it goes down. Oops. Good. Roar times speed. I mean, speed. Let's give it the same speed. I don't know, constant speed. For now. Equals 3 meters per second, I don't know. Let's make the yellow duck drop stuff faster. So between 10 seconds and 100, and Is it that all of them are kind of... Wow, I like it. Wow, it kind of works, man. It's amazing. So much damage. Wow, is this... Maybe I... So the hit happens, but the damage is not taken, right? Let's see, so if I select one. So the chicken itself and go to debug and health. Health is 10. Okay, interesting. We'll have to look at this. Let's see, projectile. If I get a projectile, let's see. Your player projectile. So you should collide with these guys. Well, we can just go and attach the debugger again. I know it's quite late, so let's just try to do this one thing and wrap up. So we have our AoE weapon. Where's the weapon? AoE weapon. AoE projectile. And we have our apply damage and we attach. Oh, I think we have to, okay. We have to reload the solution. That's what it's called, or reload the project or whatever. Reload the domain, actually, in technical terms, the C# domain. And let's make the speed. Or I don't know how many degrees per second. 45, 90. We're basically rotating the power up around the vector up. So like this, we're rotating it by 90 degrees per second. And since this is called a lot of times per second, we have to multiply it by how many seconds have passed. And just a cheap effect that goes a long way, gives a lot of value. I mean, I think we have to stop and then attach again. Drop them, guys. You should Oh, okay, they are rotating, but you cannot see them rotate because they are spheres and perfect shapes. Okay, so we are here. Let's see. F10. Get colliders. Okay, at least one. We get all of the colliders around it. Okay, then let's press F5 to skip through this. What? Nothing happened? No. Again. So we just got the bug. Hell I'll just go through all of this. So we have victims and hits. Okay, receive damage F11. Okay, we cannot F11. We get the base image again. Step into receive damage F10. Receive damage. Delta is -0. So there's 0 damage. Somebody gives us 0 damage. Okay, let's shift 11 or step out. Step out. Oh, the base damage of our AoE projectile is 0. We just haven't set it. Okay, let's set it. But I remember I set it, but I don't know. Let's see, where is it? AoE projectile. Base damage 0. And it should be like 10, right? So if we go here. Oops, not this thing. Not this thing. Where are you? So many power-ups. Area bullet 4. So this would be like an average. Yeah, but we'll stick to 4. I mean, this is like perfection. Yeah, base damage 4. And now I mean, this kind of it's overpowered, right? Oh, they're dropping so many eggs. Kind of overpowered, right? Let's make it area. Two. AoE projectile base damage 2. What's up with the green duck? Did we just forget to enemy egg spawner 60? Oh, again we are doing that thing where we're first spawning an egg and then counting, but we should count right from the start. Man, should we just try to play it from start? Let's just try it. Let's try. But I've made them drop power-ups too soon, right? Let's revert the power-up dropping. I don't know, this the green dog has 450. Maybe it's too much, man. Green duck. Blue duck. $50 to $100. Blue duck. 30 to 60. Overgrown duck. 10 to 20. Okay, let's try now. Let's play. So how many green duck has a egg spawner once every 60 seconds, but it kind of once every 60 seconds, but it we should somehow, I know what's lacking. So we are waiting for 60 seconds for all of them, but I'd like some of them to have already waited for a bit. Yeah, let's wait for initially to wait for yield return. Dot range from, I don't know. That's our first wait. And then we spawn, and then we continue waiting. Okay, that makes sense. What else? Power up spawner also. Yeah, also this way. Actually, this works fine. Actually not. If it's minimum interval, like we should have so between 10 and whatever. Did first way. Yeah, it's fine. Actually, this one is fine. So we have any enemy egg spawner, power up spawner. And that's it, right? And let's just take a look at the egg. Where's the egg? Egg projectile. It's pretty small actually. And the player. Oh, okay, it's not that small. Okay, it's fine. Yeah, and again, we have to play it. Oh, those are eggs. Okay, it starts to get challenging. I mean, we should put a score at some point, maybe tomorrow. I haven't mentioned that. Man, where's my power up? No power ups. So we have a. I won't stop it, so we'll keep it like this. So we have power up spawner between 50 and 100 seconds. Okay, so that's our green things. And the blue ones between 30 and 60. Hmm. Yeah, I think it should be faster. So 50 or yeah, 50 to 70. Then green duck is 20 to 30 or to 70 actually, because you want the big difference between them. Green duck is 20 and 70, or 20 and, yeah, 20 and 70. And you want your blue duck to be 10 to 60, yeah, and you want your overgrown duck to be even faster, maybe 5 to 20. Oh, now I get it. So when you get your weapon, again, the same weapon, you should get a bigger weapon, I think. Is that how it should work? If you get the same weapon again, you get an upgrade for it. I mean, I like it that way. I mean, it's quite challenging, actually. Ah, they destroyed me. Let me put me back in. Can we do this? That would be interesting. Oops. Damn, no, I just moved the... Is it fine? Yeah, I just put myself back. Wow, that's amazing. When you yeah, when you do things nicely, you can even do that. Like, if you don't have like managers and all of those things. But yeah, you see, I think I cannot damage them for some reason. For some reason, I cannot damage them. Yeah. Let's say like I destroy them. Yeah, well, it doesn't. I mean, it matters, but yeah. Anyway, so that's it. So let's see the enemy projectile. This was here. Yeah, man. I just wanted to say the level completed, and I will do it automatically. Like, I will just destroy these things. Yeah, and I'll just have to wait for this thing. I made it spawn faster. Okay. Nice. Good, then now the next level will start, and yeah, tomorrow we'll be adding a score and maybe some visuals for the ducks, and actually no, first thing we'll add the boss, right? Alright. Alright guys, thank you for watching. 2 concurrent viewers, that's a lot. Usually there was 0 concurrent viewers at the end. Thanks for staying here. Yeah. So see you tomorrow.